Welcome
to Are You Ready podcast.
Did I look like The Undertaker there?
You did not. I thought you were shitting.
Oh,
you look like Jack Black when you do that.
Yeah.
What's the Mike Myers film he did after Austin? The
Halloween.
Love Guru?
Oh, yeah.
Halloween?
Mike Myers and all those. Mate,
Run around a wee camp. Yeah, baby. I'm going to kill you,
vibe.
bitch.
Oh, tell you what. How did The Undertaker fight after he did that?
I can do it.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
You were doing this.
What? Dude, that's The Undertaker does.
No, he doesn't.
He goes, rest in peace.
He does not do that.
Oh, I've hurt my eyes. I don't know. I mean, I don't know science, right? But there's something that connects I believe, your eyeballs to your brain. And I've twisted those and they're sore now.
That sounds like hogwash to me. It doesn't sound true.
All right, mate. Where's your science degree? There you go.
Don't have one.
Oh,
I did my research online.
I'll not do The Undertaker again.
But yes, welcome to this week's edition of the Are You Ready podcast, Northern Ireland's leading wrestling podcast.
And again,
Only.
there's no stats behind that, but we're going with it.
As I've just started doing that now, I just claim things,
Yeah.
and you can't stop me.
I don't fact check them after. You know?
No, fuck even.
There you
Who
go, who
gives a
cares?
shit? I'll edit the
This is
Wikipedia
Northern
after.
Ireland's #1 podcast.
For wrestling.
This is Northern Ireland's #1 show.
Yeah.
And finish. The best show of all time history.
How are you this week, David?
Mate, I was great. I was buzzing. I was excited to do the podcast until I blinded myself.
Stop squinting your eyes at me, David.
I'm sorry. And then the problem is now you can't touch your eyes when you're doing this face because anything can be paused and perceived to be offensive. So, but I really need to rub my face. How are you?
Are you fully mental today? I'm all good.
I feel it, yeah.
I'm a little bit sleepy because I'm really tired because I live with two people with Alzheimer's, and then I came in to do this podcast with you, and Jesus Christ.
But I don't know if that's how Alzheimer's works. You can't get it if you hang about with it.
No,
it's
but
not like the cold.
No, but living with them, you have to deal with it a lot.
All right, I thought you meant.
And then I come in here, and you've apparently got it today. So,
mate, here's the thing, right? I live my life. You live your life with old people. I just hang around with young people.
not through choice. Also weird.
Also not through choice.
Oh well, they're your kids. You chose to have them.
You know, I didn't. I had them. I didn't choose to have them. Then I had to just deal with the problem. I got to that bridge. Just so happened two fucking kids were at the bridge, and now I have to look after.
How do you
them.
make that mistake twice?
Well, the first time you're enjoying your life,
Yeah.
and the second time you're told we need to have another child, and then you have another child, and that's how that happens. So now I have two. But the thing is, you hang around with people who are older and do your head in, and I have young people who do my head in. So when I'm away from them, I feel like I can be my true self, which is a guy who crosses his eyes and pretends to be a corpse.
Good man.
Yeah,
Good man.
thank you.
Tell me this though: how do your two daughters feel about the recent AEW CM Punk rift?
Oh my god!
I'm sure Matilda's all.
I
about
can't.
that.
I can't tell the 1-year-old. I really can't tell her because she's. You know what? She's a big fan of Young Bucks.
Yeah.
You know, she likes those two guys, Nick and Matt Buck. She's a big fan of those two guys. She likes the earrings they wear. And to be fair, Holly looks a wee bit like one of them. And, I can't tell them that they could be in bother. I don't think the girls will be able to cope with that.
Couldn't tell them that one of them got punched in the eye by CM Punk.
Is that what happened?
So you?
Because I know, right, this is all I know. I know CM Punk likes to be the man who crosses the line between storyline and reality.
Yeah.
And then I saw him do a press conference after All Out.
Yes.
With Tony Khan, where he basically was getting into Colt Cabana.
Yeah.
And then I heard there was a fallout after that. I don't know what the ins and outs were. Something backstage. Everyone's suspended.
Okay, so this I'll fill you in, and this is the
Okay.
theme for this week's episode: is when backstage beefs become real.
Okay.
Ignoring that.
Yeah. What was that?
That was a vape. When backstage beefs become real. So this is probably the most recent example. So, in the AEW media scrum, which took place after All Out, I believe,
Yes.
CM Punk. So what they do is they have loads of journalists in the room and they ask the wrestlers questions, sort of like what you'd get in football,
Yeah.
right?
So the AEW do this as a way of trying to make it seem more legit.
That's exactly what they're doing. Yeah, they think it looks cool or whatever, right? So CM Punk comes out and he immediately. It's the most unhinged thing ever. He literally sits down.
And goes, welcome to the press conference.
That's you doing the Undertaker. But he comes in, he sits down, he points at one of the journalists. He goes, "Who?" This is how he starts the press conference. He goes, "Who do you do improv with?" Because one of the journalists used to do it with Colt Cabana,
Right, okay.
who CM Punk is not friends with.
So does he have beef with this journalist?
He does.
Right, okay. So he's like, oh, this guy's an enemy. He's come here to get me.
Yeah,
he's mates with
because
Colt
he thinks
Cabana.
this guy's putting out. Because there's loads of stories floating about.
He's putting out.
Yeah, he's putting out.
He just looks in the audience and he's just standing there bent over with his cheeks pulled open.
But there was loads of.
I would address that too. If I walked into the room.
Yeah, but
I used to do improv.
if someone's sitting there spread cheeked, I'm not going, who do you do improv with? It's not my first question.
What is your first
It's who wipes your hole? That's immaculate.
Have a B-day, mate, don't worry about it. Very continental.
It was my B-day last week. But anyway.
Oh, mine too, mate. Happy
Oh,
B-day.
yes.
There you go.
Birthday, Bruce? What are you, 45?
I'm actually, well, I'll tell you a true story. I thought I was 38.
What are you?
36. I was fucking raging.
How do you fuck that up?
I don't know. Since I have kids, I've stopped giving a fuck about being alive. So I just woke up and I was like, for about 3 days leading up to my birthday, I was fucking raging. I have 2 more years till I'm 40. And 40 is such a milestone. You're like, fuck, I have 2 more years to fucking try and achieve whatever I want to achieve. And it got me really grumpy. And then my birthday, I was like, fucking, I'm 38. My wife was like, you're 36 now. And then I started arguing, no, fucking not. How do you know? She goes, I'm the same age as you. I'm 35. I'm 36 next week. And then I should actually get my passport out and show me my passport and be like, no, do the maths. 86 to now is 36. And I was going again. And then I was like, oh no, I'm 36, so I'm buzzing now. I feel young. I feel fresh.
That's how good. My nanny was telling people I was turning 30, so I feel you.
What age are you?
26.
See, there's a lot of young boys in comedy that I don't know what age they are. Because when I met Aaron McCann, he was 12, and now I think all of a sudden he's about 30.
Yeah.
When I met you, you were definitely 9. And
Yeah.
Now you could. Yeah,
Now
I don't
I'm
know what
43.
age you are. Yeah, so
That's even now.
that
Like,
happens.
if I was doing gigs. This has nothing to do with wrestling, but I am old now as well. I'm one of the older boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, so CM Punk.
So are those this new breed of young guys? Are they all like?
They're all about 23, 24,
Right,
25.
What
So,
the fuck do they have to say? Where's their life experience? What's going on?
well, I was doing it from I was 17. I
I
had
know
none.
you're a hard knock life, mate. You're like Jay-Z.
Yes, I'm Annie. Yes,
You're
I am literally wee
you
orphan
are
Annie.
little orphan Annie.
Wee orphan Annie had it easier than me because her limbs worked. I can't even do the dance routines.
Yeah, but she had a fucking ginger perm, mate. So I
That's-
don't know
yeah.
what's worse.
We ginger muff.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
what?
Ginger Annie with a ginger.
So I'm not looking, but is Dan angry that I said that?
No, I can't see them because my eyes have stopped working from I've done that thing at the start of the
I can't believe
podcast.
you blinded
Yeah.
yourself.
I mean,
So anyway, CM Punk's doing. We'll get on track here.
I mean, I'll do the proper thing that the blind guys do. There we go.
Right, good one.
Why do blind guys do that if it's dark anyway?
I don't know. There's a reason for it. I think
You must know a couple of blind fellas, do you?
I do. Yeah.
Give them can we give them a call on the podcast to ask them why they wear shades? If we
I think it's because their eyes are still sensitive to light.
should get them taken out if they can't see.
Get their eyes scooped like we
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah, scoop them
wee
out.
ice cream scoop.
Just like a wee melon scoop.
Yeah.
Get the eyes out, and then imagine the banter you could have if you went like this, and you'd know what I'll be fucking.
That'd be terrifying.
Exactly.
Here, nice glasses. Cheers, mate. And just no eyes.
And then if what you'd be even more banned if you got the bifocal glasses on, so they're just like regular glasses, and you just see holes into their brain, and then when it's sunny you can't. That'd be good crap.
You've went full mental today.
Yeah, mate, I haven't had
turning
any lunch.
36?
I haven't had any lunch. I'm 36 and I've not had any lunch. And I'm back on my diet again. I took a couple of weeks off dieting there. I say a couple of weeks, a week, because I just was doing a lot of shows and a lot of other stuff, and I was tired and was eating when I could, and wanted to have a beer. Fuck, so sue me, But
Yeah.
back on diet again. I'm hungry.
So CM Punk's doing
Yes.
this media scrum
Oh.
for the third fucking time.
Yeah, the guy's put his arse together and pulled his trousers up, and now he's facing him.
So he basically comes out and he just starts shitting on the whole company, shitting on Colt Cabana.
So CM Punk was shitting on AEW.
Yep. Oh, the whole company goes, the whole place is run by people who couldn't run a fucking Target. NJF is slabbered about me because Tony wants me to work with fucking children. It goes off on Colt Cabana severely. He goes, I want nothing to do with him. I had fuck all to do with him getting fired from Ring of Honor, which was the rumor that was put out. A weird point, he just goes, at one point I sued him. We found out he shared a bank account with his mother, which tells you all that you need to know about that man.
Yeah.
Still not sure what that means. So he just goes
He loves his ma.
goes off on Colt Cabana. Then, after the media scrum, they go backstage. The Young Bucks and Kenny Omega go backstage in the Punk's dressing room.
Yeah.
Punk, an argument happens. Punk punches Nick Jackson, or Matt Jackson, one of the
Yeah.
Bucks. and Punk's trainer, Ace Steel, hit Kenny Omega in the head with a chair and then bit him.
Okay.
And then they all got pulled apart. They're all suspended. But the reason we bring that up, it's topical,
Yeah.
but it also shows wrestling for a bunch of, meant to be fake fighting, and, it's meant to be all pretend. You leave it in the ring. It gets real sometimes, David.
But what I saw, though, was during that, right? Tony Khan was there, the boss, and he was just taking that from him.
He was getting cocked the entire time. The whole time, Tony's like looking at it like, oh, all right, okay. And CM Punk's going, you don't know how to run your company. It's run by fucking idiots. Halfway through, he's eating. By the way, the whole time he's eating like muffins. And he goes like, this company is ran by fucking idiots. I know what I'm doing. I'm trying to run a fucking business. By the way, these muffins are from Amy's Bakery, great place here in Chicago. It's called Cabana. I want fuck all to do with him. It's really weird.
Is Colt Cabana involved in AEW or not?
He was. Then he got fired from AEW. Now he works in Ring of Honor. Once Punk joined.
Which is now owned by?
Which is owned by AEW,
Right, okay.
yeah. But, yeah, because they don't get on anymore, obviously, after the whole lawsuit thing. And
But does that not seem to be a thing? Speaking about beef, I watched an interview with The Game, Triple H, that he did with Ariel Helwani, and he was just basically talking about being the new head of talent relations in WWE, and he asked them, what's the crack with CM Punk? Would you ever see him coming back?
Was Ariel Helwani wearing a fucking 3-stripe tracksuit during this interview?
No. Why?
What's the crack with CM Punk?
He goes, well, bro, he was smoking a bit there.
Do you any filters there, Hunter?
He was no, but he asked them about CM Punk, and he was like, yeah, he's a weird guy. Like, he's a weird dude. He's hard to read.
Yeah.
And like he'll be bitching about stuff flat out, and then when you go to ask him,
It'll be like
he's
it's sweet.
And I think that's kind of the thing. I think like AEW is seemingly run by like little weak incel guys, whereas like WWE's run by.
Listen to Dave Tate over here.
But big. By the way, since we spoke about him, I looked him up. Hero. Anyway.
Okay,
no,
weird.
I'm joking. Joking.
Joking.
It's called banter. Hey. But I mean, this is the banter dance. But he basically was like, yeah. So I went up to him and asked him, did he have a problem? Now Triple H is a big guy.
Yeah.
I also want to call Triple H out on something. I'm a big fan of Triple H as a guy. Certainly his physique above all else. But generally, I'm a big fan of Triple H. But I do want to say I think he's lied about his height. But I'll get back to that after. But he basically was like, yeah. I went up and asked him. I was like, have you got a problem? And he was like, no,
Hey Phil, you got any trouble?
But he's new Triple H now. He's
It's
mad.
you got a problem, Phil?
Punk.
I'm wearing a tie, Punk.
But you know he's got like a friggin' defibrillator on him now.
Yeah.
He's still fucking most jacked guy in
Oh, he's
history of
100%
wrestling.
jacked.
But he went on Good Morning Britain when Vernon Kay was on it to give him a belt. No, that's a weird. I don't know the context of
And
that.
Vernon Kay sitting going like, I love wrestling, me.
Yeah.
The Ultimate Warrior. He won the championship.
In 1982.
Garlic bread.
Yeah. And he was like, I brought you this title, Vernon.
Oh, yeah.
And then gave it over. But on Wikipedia, it says Vernon Kay 6'4".
Right.
On like always, just in the history of wrestling, it says from his days as Terror Rising right through to Triple H, the
Great
game.
name.
It says he's 6'4". When he handed him the belt, he was about 8 inches shorter than Vernon Kay.
Do you want to know why that is?
Because wrestlers lie about their height.
They lie about their height. Triple H also wore lifts
Because
in his
he's
shoes.
flat-footed,
No, like to give him a couple of extra inches.
high heels.
Yeah, like essentially not high, but imagine high heels, but the entire shoe. A lot of wrestlers wear lifts in their
Because
boots.
Kane did that
Kane did it too.
to make him big.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I've seen the Big Show, and he was like seeing an elephant in real life.
He's massive in
He
real
was
life.
just like, wow, there's a big
I
freak.
saw the Great Khali in real life.
Where? At wrestling or just?
He was in a Smith's toy shop doing an autograph signing. It was him, CM Punk, ironically, who I have met, and Victoria.
Angeloni?
Victoria.
Oh, right, sorry. Who's Victoria? Is she
No,
the Black
other
Widow?
things to say, other things to
Is that
say.
what she
Yeah. She'll
Right,
do the
okay.
Black Widow.
Yeah,
the
sounds
Widow's
like
Peak.
finisher, The Widow's
Yeah.
Peak, yeah.
Yeah. So I met her.
What a
She had
weird-
about 40 Red Bulls.
Uh-huh.
Like drank in front of her. She clearly hadn't slept because she was like, yeah, because I got a photo of the ECW title. She was like, yeah, go ahead, pick up the title. Like fucking falling asleep while talking
And
to
what
me.
about Khali? What did he say to you?
He doesn't speak English, doesn't have a fucking clue.
Wow, what was that he was doing? Just coughing? 'Cause I've seen him walk. He doesn't look like he's in good nick, like.
No, he needs a cane to walk. Not like a cane, like an actual. An actual little walking cane.
I love the Great
Yeah.
Khali.
CM Punk, when I met him, lovely fella, but it was a signing he was going to have to be. He is a guy you always heard backstage, and I love him. Backstage, I'm of the opinion now he's a full prick.
He does seem to be, because I think, like, as a fan, this is where, like, you're in his pants, aren't you, in the logo and everything. He's one of your favourites of all time.
Yeah.
But he's part of the generation of, like...
I'm in his pants.
No, you're in the logo of the podcast. You're wearing, like, the CM Punk pants.
Right.
You know?
So I thought you meant I like him so much I'm in his pants. That's what I'm like.
Yeah,
I
no.
enjoy him absolutely. I'm not sucking him off. I might.
But at the autograph signing, I got into his pants.
Yeah.
But yeah, he would be one of your favorites. But him and, like, Daniel Bryan, I just was like...
No, I
fuck
like
these
Daniel
guys.
Bryan.
I like him, but also I like charisma. You know, I like men,
Daniel Bryan has it.
but not really. Like, he's not. He's nowhere near. Like, you know who I used to.
Daniel
hate?
Bryan kick the fuck out of you.
You know who I was. Well, bring it, Daniel.
Daniel Bryan would fucking murder you.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
I've done nothing to him.
Like, beat the shit just cause he can, because he's Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, well, you know what? He's a gimp. And my point being is, like, I used to dislike John Cena, but John Cena's he's the GOAT. He's the best of all time, John Cena.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. And, like, everyone's like, oh, he's Cena's shit, and CM Punk is so close. No one cares about CM Punk. And Cena is...
CM Punk
the
was a
guy.
hero and I was one of these. A
Yeah.
lot of wrestling, like, weirdos. For all the wrestling they watch, they don't like it.
Yeah.
And they just like gurning and they like sitting in their basement and being like, fucking, his physique's bad, as they're eating like loads of Doritos, being like, awful. But like, I am of the opinion he's a full prick now. But do you know of any is your knowledge of the backstage politics versed? Do you know any?
I know some. Have you ever heard about the case of Bruiser Brody?
We talked about this last week, yep.
Yeah, and that's where I learned about it.
Oh, yes. Do I know about that thing I taught you about 2 weeks ago?
He got
I
killed.
do know about that.
He got killed.
He
didn't
did get killed, yes.
That was as beefy as backstage gets.
He got stabbed backstage, yeah. Not the only time that's happened.
No, other people have been stabbed.
Some
Certainly
people
in the
have been
back,
stabbed
figuratively speaking.
in the ring. So this
like
is
in the wrestling ring or backstage.
in
in
the asshole.
It's the guy greeting CM Punk.
You know, have you ever heard the tale of the wrestler New Jack, David, from ECW?
Oh, this guy is New Jack a guy who is mentally unwell and should have probably been sectioned many times?
Yes.
Yes, my last thing, I think it was an episode of Dark Side of the Ring, when he was like, some guy pissed him off. He's like, this guy did something wrong in the ring with me, and we had set up a thing where I was going to throw him through tables, and I was like, you know what? I knew we were up like about 30 feet in the air, and I was to just push him off, and he was to dive through the tables, and he's like, I just fucked him over the tables, and he's landed on the concrete and fucking near died. You know, he's a head ball at New Jack. Is he the guy? Did he kill another?
He
Is
did.
he the one that killed the big fat boy?
That was the story I was going to tell.
Right, okay, tell us.
Also, the guy who he threw off the scaffold and had a scaffold match was a guy called Vic Grimes. He did more than piss off New Jack.
Right, okay.
He landed on New Jack's head on concrete and blinded him.
Was that his fault?
It was Vic Grimes' fault.
Right, okay.
It was his fault. And New Jack was blind in one eye forever since then. He never got that sight back.
And now where's New Jack?
Dead. So...
I didn't know that. I just thought he was hurt.
No, he's dead. He died last year, I think, or 2020.
Why?
It's his heart stopped beating.
Oh, okay, sorry. I just was sure did he?
Not how. Why? Why do people die?
I meant to ask how. Yeah. Oops. Why, mate? It's heart failure.
I'll explain death to you in another podcast. That's the next podcast. We
I don't know
explain
if I can
death.
cope. My brain's just fucked here.
You're mental today.
Yeah. Oh.
So there was a ECW show, right? And one of the pit bulls, I believe it was, didn't show up.
Right.
Those were a wrestling tag team. There weren't just two pit bulls there.
They weren't like to do the British Bulldog, and that was
No,
different.
no,
right?
they were. I think it was the pit bulls. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
They needed someone to fill in to wrestle the gangsters, which was New Jack and Mustafa Saeed, not the one we know. Ladies and gentlemen, New Jack.
Yeah.
Is
This is
some
my
niche
opponent, New Jack.
This is some niche banter. 3 comedians are gonna get this. Colin Geddes. And they needed someone to fill in. So this random kid, his name is Eric Koulis, who was 17 at the time. I'm going to get the measurements wrong, but I'm not a million miles off. 17 years old, 6'3", 350 pounds.
He was yeah, right, okay.
He was a big fucking kid,
But he
right?
was a fat boy, wasn't he? Wasn't like jacked.
No, he was 350 pounds of
Lure pack.
sleeping in the 3 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? He was a big fucking dude.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes in, he goes, I'm a professional wrestler. I was trained by Killer Kowalski. For some reason,
Yeah.
a little person wrestler vouched for him and went, yes, I trained with him, with Killer Kowalski.
You mean like like a lesser known person? Or,
No way.
Or someone that lived with Snow White?
No, someone who lived with Snow White.
okay.
A hornswoggle, if we will.
okay.
For some reason, vouches for Eric Coulis. We don't know why. He just goes, no,
I trained with him.
Follow the yellow crow. So he's like, I trained with this guy. He is 100%. He's a wrestler. Paul Heyman goes, right, fine, okay. The guy's dad.
The wise man said that's okay.
Yep. Paul Heyman goes, yes, that's fine. Because
Yeah.
the guy's dad was there too and went, yeah, my son's a wrestler. It's fine. I give you my permission for him to
Did I
wrestle.
look at him and go, you're a sack of shit? Obviously, you're not.
Well, no, because there's a lot of fat fuckers in wrestling. Like, Viscera made a career out of being, look
Sexy
at my
love
fucking rolls.
Yeah, fair.
More rolls than a fucking Sunday bakery. The big dude, right? So Eric Coulis gets in the ring with this guy, and for some reason, New Jack just flips off on him. And you know the way wrestlers will carry a blade
Yes.
to cut people? He has New Jack.
For those that don't know, that's behind the curtain. We'll give so what they do, right? See when you see a lot of wrestlers wearing a tape around the wrists.
Yeah.
They have like a little broken off bits of blade. And the act of blading is for the theatrics of wrestling. So you give a wee nick of your head. You don't you just give a wee nick and the blood comes down.
You do it slightly above your eyebrow.
Yeah.
But,
See, I did it once here, just
Yeah.
when I was blocked at 16 the party, and it bled too much and it freaked me
see,
out.
I see now because I'm really stressed all the time. I have a forehead like Abdullah the Butcher.
Oh, why? Why? Because you're stressed?
Yeah, I'm really stressed all the
I was
time.
gonna say, so you just fucking ram forks to your head.
I was running about the house giving people hepatitis. Stressed out in work.
Yeah, oh, niche banter again.
Yep.
But look up Abdullah the Butcher. We'll do an episode on him in
Yeah,
the future for sure.
give
Future
people,
of the
it
Butcher.
literally gave so many people hepatitis. So,
But the 80s were fun.
Eric Coulis doesn't know how to blade. He asks New Jack to do it for him. For some reason, unbeknownst to anyone, this pisses off New Jack, and he just starts stabbing the kid. He gets his. If you watch the footage, he literally has the guy.
It's hard to watch.
The guy's sat down. New Jack's over his head with the blade, which is essentially just a razor blade, just cutting him like this for no real reason. We can't show it on here, because it's so graphic. The kid's covered in blood. New Jack kicks the fuck out of him. I don't know why. No one knows why. He didn't do anything to New Jack. New Jack then he stabs him a couple of times in the forehead with a blade. In the end, they pin him. The kid has to get rushed to hospital because he nearly dies from blood loss.
Yeah.
And New Jack, as he's leaving, gets on the mic and goes, I don't care if that fat fucker dies. I hate white people. Now, that is part of his character.
Yeah.
But backstage, they find out that Coulis was actually 17, and New Jack goes, oh, I don't feel bad about it. Then he lied.
He had a name, like a nickname, didn't he? The character wasn't just his name. It was like Heavy Unit or something. Or didn't he have a nickname?
He was...
What
It's
was it?
even better. His character was that of a fat bus driver. He was called Mass Transit.
Mass Transit, that's the one. Yeah, I knew it was something that was just... And he died after that, didn't he?
No, he died a few years later from
okay.
complications of being 18 and weighing 42 stone.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean,
he died, yeah.
Mass Transit, see you later. All right,
If you want to see footage of the incident, which we absolutely can't show, it's called the Mass Transit incident if you want to just go off spaghetti hoops for life.
But that was gross. And again, my question always with New Jack was like, why do A, people like him, and B, how does he still work?
One of the main reasons people like him, he was charismatic, he was good on the microphone, and when he wrestled, his theme tune would play throughout the whole match, and it was Natural Born Killers by Ice Cube, which is a banger.
Yeah, fair.
So,
but then the guy fucked off the scaffolding. Like that was
Vic Grimes.
Was that after he fucked up
That
the Mass
was-
Transit?
No, that was before.
But that footage was one of the things. Whenever again you see the Undertaker throw Mankind off the cell, and then you go down a rabbit hole. You're like, let's look at other incidents that are like extreme, and that's always the one that you look at and go, oh no, he's dead. He's dead.
Yeah.
That guy's killed.
Weirdly, Grimes was injured, but he was fine. I think he did crack his skull, but he didn't die or anything.
No, he was sweet. He did.
He
His
did
his
fracture.
head caved in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
other than that,
Have you seen that scene in Game of Thrones where the mountain
Yes.
gets Oberyn Martell and just,
oh yeah. That's
He does that,
Speaking
but
of,
he's fine.
do you watch the House of the Dragons?
Haven't seen it yet. No.
Oh, I've started watching it. There was a graphic scene somewhere akin to that last night,
Yeah.
where a head got caved in. Gross.
Are there
But
babies in
It's
it?
worth watching. Oh, wow. I only watch TV.
Why'd you turn into Borat there?
Oh, wow. Me like a booby. Yeah.
I was a half mix of Psychic Glenn, a half mix of Borat.
I don't even know if I
You could
that
do
again,
me.
Try. But yeah, it was a good show. But I didn't like watching
I
it
can do
at
a
all.
good Psychic Glenn, can't I?
Do.
You can do me.
Decent.
Do you own a Ouija board?
Though I don't want to talk about Ouija boards. I'm done.
Do you?
I'm done with Ouija boards. They freak me out. But so why do people put up with New Jack? Was he ever sacked? Do you know? Like surely ECW would have sacked him for some of that.
He never.
Like nowadays he'd be struck off.
He never worked in like a major company. He was always in backyard wrestling, and he had enough of a name from ECW. By the way, in ECW, he was nowhere near even the most mental.
Really?
ECW was fucking crazy. You had people just doing heroin and then wrestling, or inciting riots, or just smacking the fuck out of fans. Raven crucified a guy once, and then had to go out and apologize. There was a lot of like crazy shit happening that New Jack just went under the radar.
Yeah, but that's what sort of sold ECW at the time, wasn't it?
It was.
It was wild.
As a kid growing up, I was like ECW's class. Now looking back on it, I'm like, there's a lot of shit
Yeah.
that I'm like, I can see why it didn't last.
Like there's not many ECW people who have gone on to be big elsewhere.
I disagree with that
Well,
entirely.
like you name or Rob Van Dam.
Rey Mysterio, Rob Van Dam, Chris Jericho, the Dudleys,
Well, that's a few. Yeah,
Shane Douglas.
he didn't really go to be big.
He did.
Nah.
He was champion in
Not
WCW.
though. WCW, stupid.
Right, well, you're just saying Rey Mysterio.
My point is when they started. Is that where they started?
Yes.
Rey Mysterio.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair.
Stone Cold.
But he went there after, did he not?
After WCW,
Yeah, so-
not before WWE. You just said WCW
But I
doesn't
mean,
count.
I
And
apologize.
he wasn't Stone Cold until he went to
Look
ECW.
at you. You know what you've done? You came up into the sunshine, and now you're back in your basement behind your keyboard. Wait, no.
Rey Mysterio.
I'm just disagreeing entirely with the point you
That's
made.
fair. But I just mean like
And you couldn't
the
back it up.
majority of big guys have not like the most of the people out of ECW haven't made.
Give
the
me
top
three.
Level. 3. Okay. Shane Douglas.
No,
New Jack.
I'll give you New Jack. He wasn't really a top guy, but I'll give you New Jack.
But he was, and
wasn't.
he was,
wasn't.
and Balls Mahoney.
Again, he did work in WWE.
But still, I mean, like not a main eventer. Like Rob Van Dam.
Well,
must
yeah,
be-
because you can't be like, oh, ladies and gentlemen, working at the latest Smith's Toy Superstore signing. Come meet Balls.
the Blue Meanie, you know. But my point is Stevie Richards. My point is
He
like,
went on very successful in WWE.
But I mean like top guys. Rob Van Dam, Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio. They're
Yeah.
but they're
You
still
could
not.
have said Sandman.
Yeah, but they're still not.
He never did.
Top
Yeah.
guys. You know what I mean? Rob Van Dam's probably B level.
Rob Van Dam was very popular. We're not going to shit on Rob Van Dam.
No, I'm
on
not
my
shitting on him,
podcast.
but I'm still-
he
I'm
would
still
have
saying
if he
he's
wasn't buried by
B
Triple
level.
H, he would have been top level.
But like, if you're talking about the top, you're talking Hogan, Undertaker, Cena, Triple H, Shawn
Benoit,
Michaels.
if he hadn't have done what he did,
Uh-huh.
would have been.
Yeah,
he
but
was world champion.
But he was still not. He was
Guerrero.
still not A class. Eddie Guerrero, if he didn't die,
Again.
would he have been A class?
Yes, he was going to
don't
be
know.
champion before he died again.
Yeah.
The real wrestling nerds coming out of me
Yeah.
here. I'm like, shut your fucking.
But I mean, like even CM Punk B. You know, he's
I
still not.
disagree.
He's still not on the top of the top.
I
Like, you go look
disagree with
back
that
Out
entirely.
of all time history and go, who are the greatest? These guys aren't.
They're up there for me. You're going for the like the top guy.
Correct.
Which, if you're going, which of them came from ECW? Stone Cold.
Well,
Maybe the greatest.
yeah. Well,
And
is.
he wouldn't have been Stone Cold without ECW.
But he wasn't ECW when ECW was ECW. It was
He
before
was.
Extreme, was it not?
Nope,
Like
nope. He
something
went
else?
in. He was at the peak of them being big.
Yeah. But he's not a hardcore guy.
No, but a lot of them weren't.
Yeah.
Benoit,
I'm thinking
Jericho,
hardcore guy.
Mysterio.
Maybe it's my mistake.
Yeah. Like Stone
Yeah.
Cold went, he only cut promos, but that's where he developed the Stone Cold character because he was
Mm-hmm.
in slobbering about WCW, going like, "Welcome to WCW, where the big boys play with themselves, you son of a bitch," and he developed that character there.
Well, I like that. To be fair from him.
Yeah, I've never. Are
Tell
you
what,
all right?
I've run out of water, mate.
You had like 5 waters worth to go.
I'm just so.
Just so much water did you sink?
So much water.
Just you going, no, I'll fucking
Yeah.
tell you. You're like stone cold here with waters.
Well, I'm the water boy. Brother.
Are there any other backstage incidents? You know, I have so many off the top of my head.
Backstage. Oh, well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael.
The Click. Let's talk about them. These are guys that I like.
The clip.
The Click.
You
are
would
my
like the
kinda
Click.
guys. The Click. Like,
Fucking
see, if I
Click.
was backstage, I'd be in the Click.
Who did the click beef with in real life? They beef with many people. Who was their main one?
All the pussios. Like Bret Hart. He was a gurn. He bitch. Oh, I'm Bret Hart. Yeah,
Bret the bitch man Hart.
He is the bitch man. Like, I used to love Bret Hart because he wore black and pink and he was sexy and he was just great. And I got his sunglasses when I went to see the WWE in the King's Hall. Good.
For someone who
times.
doesn't know Bret Hart, he could be a stripper by the way you've described him.
And I mean,
Bret the tip man Hart.
in his prime, he could well be. He's definitely a dream boy.
Oh,
Like, he's
yeah,
a dream
yeah,
boy.
he was
a
hot, like.
sexy bastard.
He was.
But like, he was one of these guys who, like, you know what? The Click were where it was at. They were the guys: Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall.
Hey, Big Mer.
The guys, like, you know, and again, a lot of people say they're bitch guys.
You ever heard my impression of Scott Hall after he's eating too much?
What? Let's see.
Hey, Big Mer. I'm really tired, Big Mer.
I mean,
That's the only Scott Hall I can do.
I don't know what you sound like. You sound like, I don't know,
bro.
Barry White or something.
Hey, Big Mer. There's no words come out. Just
Oh, well.
Scott Hall after he's eating too much.
But no, they. So the Click was basically, didn't they get into like creative and stuff in the day and just like take over basically the backstage of WWE and stop people getting pushes? Like Bret Hart was one who.
They had the ear of Vince.
Yeah.
Allegedly, lost stories,
Yeah.
but they would go to Vince. Don't like him.
Who famously would you say were the ones that themselves feel they were held back because of them?
Not held back, but definitely had the feud with Bret. We'll get into that. There's a guy they did fuck over, and they fucked him over hard. Chris Candido. Do you
Yeah.
remember who Chris Candido was?
Chris Candido. Let me see if I get this right. I could be wrong. He was the tag team partner
He was.
of Hardcore Holly.
No,
Was
that's
he? No?
Crash Holly.
But he looked like
He
him, didn't
did look like Chris Candido, yeah.
He looked like him. He had the blonde hair.
He
and
was it in a tag team
yeah.
called the Body Donnas.
And that was with Shane Douglas, was it?
I can't remember who it was with. It might be saying that. I don't know. I don't
Right,
think
okay.
so. But they had a manager who was very famous.
Sonny.
They had Sonny,
Yes, right,
who was
okay.
Chris's girlfriend.
Okay.
And the Clique just did not like Chris Candido. Just didn't want to work with him. And they also
Was he good? Like a good wrestler?
always outstanding. Really,
Okay.
really good. And they
He was
just-
like the same sort of style as like a Benoit and
yes,
Malenko
he
type,
was a
right, okay.
fantastic wrestler. The reason he didn't get pushed is backstage he was really nice.
Yeah.
He was too fucking nice. And the Clique all fucked his wife. All of them fucked his wife.
I mean,
And it got him hate backstage because the top guys were fucking his wife and he wouldn't stand up for himself. But he's in position if he had stood up for himself,
but
he would have got in trouble for doing that.
why did he not say, "Listen, love, can you do me a favor? In work, please don't fuck my colleagues. Just not all of them, at least, please,
Because,
please don't, please."
and this is just rumors, they were allegedly him and her big drug guys. And
Well, I mean, I
she
think-
would
I
suck
think-
dick for drugs.
We've all been
So
there.
he's there, like outside the dressing room, being like, "Can you hurry up? I want to go get high. Can you finish up?"
So she was getting, so she was taking one for the team.
Yeah,
She was
she's
sucking-
taking one from the whole team apparently.
Yeah, and then bringing it, literally sucking the pipe to get the pipe.
Yeah, literally.
that.
Yeah. Now there's a lot of wrestlers who went to him and was like, "You need to leave her because she's fucking with your head," and also she's in jail now for killing a person. So
And where's he?
he's dead. Also, a lot of these guys are dead. This is the bad thing about doing a wrestling podcast.
Yeah.
They die really young. So it's like, could we get Chris Candido on? We'll need a fucking Ouija board to do that, but we can
We'll
try.
get Glenn. Glenn can bring Chris Candido back. But, oh, that is sad.
He's giving me a piece of paper. I'm unfolding the paper. He said, "Any rocks."
But, yeah,
There's a story of Paul Bearer sitting backstage with Chris Candido after, like, it's either Shawn Michaels or Kevin Nash is fucked. He's literally there in the other room, fucking Sonny. And Chris Candido's, like, just sitting, like he's in a doctor's waiting room. Just, like, head down. And Paul Bearer's like, this is the actual story. I'm going to do it as Paul Bearer. I don't know if he did like this. He's like, "Why don't you leave her?" And he went out, I love her, Paul. Paul Bearer went, but she's a fucking whore.
Oh yes. I know, like that's the weirdest thing too about wrestling. Is see when they're characters, like Paul Bear, but he was in a group too, wasn't he? The BSK, the Bone Street Crew.
Yeah, but just Paul Bearer, a fucking like an Paul Bearer, a supernatural gravedigger, just
More
consoling
attention,
a stripper about his wife.
Yeah.
You can do so much better, Chris.
But who, on a side note of Paul Bear, who's sitting in creative and comes up with that name? And how buzzing are they?
It's genius.
How
Paul
they, like,
Bearer.
got your name?
Do you know what his name was before he was Paul Bearer?
No. Gravedigger.
He was a rich guy called Percy Pringle III.
Oh, right. Is that not his real name?
Percy, no, his real name is not Percy Pringle. You fucking idiot.
Percy Pringle.
Percy Pringle is my mate, Percy Pringle.
Imagine you
He
go on a
doesn't
date.
live in Ballamore. He's
Imagine
fucking...
you go on a date with this guy and you're like, oh, he's the one for me.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, what's his name? Percy Pringle. Third.
Shagging being like, oh, Percy Pringle.
Say my name. Percy Pringle. And then he's just about to come. Oh, yes.
But the main, weirdly enough, Shawn Michaels, Buck and Sonny, one of the big catalysts for his feud with Brett. Do you know why?
I was going to say because Brett wanted the Bucks on it too.
Is that what you're going to go for?
No, let me think. So why So him, Buck and Sonny caused the feud with Brett?
Yeah.
Now,
One of the reasons, not the main reason.
the
One
feud
of.
culminated in the Montreal Screwjob, didn't it?
It did.
Imagine that. Was he... Whoa.
The feud culminated in the...
Was he screwing Sonny? And that's why that's why it's called the Screwjob?
No.
All right, okay.
No.
So I'm going to imagine, because Bret Hart was a little bitch, and he liked things to be done right, and he liked there to be a union, and people shouldn't be fucking people at work, boring. So I imagine he was like, stop fucking her. And Shawn was like, no.
Nope.
Right, tell me what happened.
So, they had a little feud on screen. They were cutting promos on each other. And Bret Hart's doing things like, you're not a real man. You've got no guts. You've got no heart. Right? Because then Bret Hart, very clever.
That's good, yeah.
And Shawn Michaels, who was fucking Sonny, went, oh, well, Bret, I guess you're having too many sunny days. Alleging that Bret is fucking
Right,
Sonny.
okay. Yes.
So even though he's fucking Sonny, he's saying on national TV,
Yeah.
Bret Hart's fucking Sonny.
Yeah.
The reason this caused an issue was Bret Hart's kids and wife were watching. So Bret Hart's kids are like phoning him, being like, Dad, are you cheating on Mum with this girl's Sonny?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, Sean's fucking Sonny. And his wife, Bret Hart did have affairs. He absolutely cheated on his wife all the time, talks about it in a lot of detail about his book.
Yeah.
Almost too much detail. Like, you'll be like, and I went back to my hotel room and I could still smell the Brazilian girl on my fingers. And you're like, Jesus Christ, Bret. Actual quote from the book. You're like, I'm just here to read about fucking WWE. I don't need to hear about you fingering people.
Yeah. I'd ass finger and Bret the shit man fart. Just love it. Oh, did you just go like accidentally or subconsciously?
I did, yes, accidentally. I went.
Oh, Bret.
So then that started the feud because then he's like, you're being unprofessional. You're saying all this shit about me. It's not true. And my kids have to deal with you.
Yeah.
And they just would not work together.
Let me just. Did his kids then read his book?
I don't know. Maybe.
Dad, listen, what Sean said was grand, but why?
Yeah.
We don't need the adjectives.
We don't
and the
need
verbs
3
here.
pages of your threesome
No, that.
in Quebec.
Yeah. Which is probably.
Brett's
like,
having a triple threat of his own.
yeah, not too far from his gaff either.
Yeah.
If it's in Canada.
Brett's like, I was a tag team reason for a champion. For a reason. Fuck. That would have been so good.
I was a tag team reason for a champion.
Yeah, this is post-stroke Bret Hart.
Oh, Bret.
I'm the best there was ever.
And there might be soon too.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm Hart the Bret man hit.
Yeah, Brad, you need to just go. Oh man.
Do you ever think there was in Belfast wrestling there'd be Hart the Bret man?
Heart the Bret man.
Hart the Bret man?
The bread man, I think
Bret?
you said. The Bret man.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there
She's
you
a big
go.
unionist.
Oh, we've been through that before.
Bret the bread man.
No,
Hart.
Bret the bread man. Just the guy.
He's got the Hovis, son of a bitch.
stale over to the loaf.
So this would culminate backstage. They would fight all the time. They wouldn't work together. Bret wouldn't drop the title to Shawn. Shawn wouldn't drop it to Bret. They had a fight backstage where Bret ripped off some of Shawn's hair. Literally,
trailed them.
Vince.
See you, I'm fucking had enough feeling me like
I'm the
trail
best
you.
that ever fucking was, you wee
The
bastard.
two of them, one he's wearing like the fucking
Yeah, Sean's
pink-
like, I'm a sexy boy,
he's
get
wearing
off
the
me.
pink latex and the leather jacket, and he's got the wee fucking the chaps on and the wee hat. No, leave me earrings alone. It's so fucking weird.
I'm on Playboy tomorrow, you bastard, get off me. Vince is in a creative meeting with Jim Cornette and someone else going over the script, and Brett just kicks the door open, slams down a clump of Shawn Michaels' hair onto the desk, and is like, we've got a problem.
Yeah.
Which is,
Vince is like,
yeah. That's what I did. I just came in one day, just came in with like the remainder of your hair, just slammed it in Shane's desk, and was like,
three things, just sprinkles 3 bits. Oops.
yeah, I'd lost this on the way in here, Shane.
I did have some of Dave's. Because see, earlier I got out of the shower and I was combing my hair like this, and before I would have really centre parting, and then there was just no centre parting. It was just the front. I was like, oh no.
How you feeling about that?
Great, brother. Gonna get Bicked down soon. Bicked down soon.
What's big down?
Bicked it, shaved it.
Oh really?
All
You're not
off,
called
yeah.
turkey yet?
No, because turkey haircuts never look good.
You'll look cool with a shaved head.
Thank you.
I look forward to you with a shaved
Yeah, I'll
head.
bring it up.
Then you'll shave your head and I'll just torture you
Yeah,
relentlessly.
yeah,
Then
look
like it
at
looks
you.
awful.
And I'll just wear wigs like Elton John.
Elton John.
Oh, Elton John, mate. How you spell it?
Elton John. But yeah, so that culminates in the Montreal Screwjob. That's why the Montreal Screwjob happens, because they wouldn't work together.
Yeah, and the Montreal Screwjob was great, and I'm all for it now. At the time, I was like, you bastard, you've done
You'd be a
better than me."
horrible promoter. You're all up for people fucking each other's wives and screwing
Hey,
other.
listen, I'm the Screwjob guy. I like screwjobs. I like screwing. I love it. It's drama. By the time I was heartbroken, because I love Brett. Mm-hmm. But then,
No, you don't like him.
you know what? I don't dislike. He was Bret Hart was my childhood. You know, I loved him at the time. But in hindsight, it's like, what else would you have done? You can't have him go to WCW with the belt.
I do agree with that.
Yeah,
I think
because did Medusa do it and just dump the fucking
just
belt
threw it in the bin. That's
Yeah.
why they
Yeah.
wouldn't do it. I don't know whose side I'm on with it, because Brett was also being a dick and being like, "I'll drop the belt in Canada," and you're like, "No, drop it now." Or like he
Yeah.
wanted to give it. He just wanted to vacate it the next night in Raw.
Yeah.
And as Jim Cornette said, "Why don't you just lie down and let him piss in your mouth while he's at it?"
Yeah.
So I get that part,
Yeah.
but also, did you need to be such a cunt about it?
But what was the alternative? What would you have done? How would you have booked it? Fantasy booked
I'd have
it?
had him face the Undertaker.
Mhm.
Undertaker beats Shawn. Undertaker beats Brett. Shawn beats Undertaker next night.
Yeah, but then you don't want to devalue the Undertaker because he
You're
was
not
hard.
devaluing the Undertaker.
If he loses the next night,
Screw
that's
job finish.
but that's what happened to Kane.
Do the screw job to Undertaker. But
But
it's in house.
Undertaker didn't like that either. He went to Vince and was like, "Should have done that."
He wasn't happy. He was like, "What is that shit?"
Yeah, but
Any other beefs you know about? I have a fucking banger.
let's
of a
just
final one.
batter through them.
Do you want?
Yeah, you batter through them. I'll tell you if I know anything about them.
Do you know about Edge and Matt Hardy?
Oh, I do because Edge was my favorite. Mm-hmm. Because he screwed.
You keep liking
Matt
the wrong
Hardy's-
people in these.
Yeah, but you know what? Matt Hardy was naff at the time. Edge was pretty hot and sexy.
Oh, so fuck his girlfriend then, yeah?
Correct. Yeah.
Why I'm out in. Imagine you tore your shoulder and you couldn't do comedy for 6 months. You come back and I'm just moved in with your family.
You know what? I mean, there's pros and cons to everything. You know, I would have a mate to play FIFA with, and then I get a comfort in my own bed. But I think
No, you don't get to move in as well. Like you're
Oh,
moved out.
it's
I don't
fair.
just come to live with your family.
but it's still my gaff. I'm Princess Fergie. I'm coming in there like I'm still living with Prince Andrew. I don't give a fuck.
I thought you meant Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas.
Fergalicious. Yeah.
No, I don't just come and live with you guys. Like I am you. I get, and even though you've paid for the gaff, I get the gaff.
Yeah, well, that'd be insulting, but and again, with hindsight, led to my favorite ever wrestler, Edge.
And to the rated R superstar.
But that was the best. I loved him because he was the most devious, awful character. In
He was
wrestling.
a bastard.
But he was great. And then, like, some of the greatest moments, like when he cashed in Money in the Bank, that was the greatest ever moment in wrestling up to that point.
Have you ever seen the weird Bite This interview where like Matt
The
Hardy?
what?
It was a WWE show online
Oh,
before
Bite
they
This?
Bite This.
I thought you said bike list, and I was like, what?
Lita was on.
Like, they're just very good. But is that the one where, like, because Matt Hardy, like now, I don't think he's someone that doesn't get the credit he deserves.
I love Matt Hardy.
I think he's one of the most.
I'm a Matt over Jeff guy.
Oh, I would agree with that too.
I think people always disagree with me. I don't
Yeah.
like Jeff Hardy.
No, I don't like him either.
All
Which
he
is
did,
good. We agree on it.
Yeah,
With respect.
he was all right.
Yeah.
Matt was better.
Yeah, but Matt also was like he tried to do things before things. Like he was an innovator. Like he tried to do. He pushed the online. Like the first online beef was him and Edge, really.
Yeah.
And like the version 1 stuff was
Yeah.
great before that.
We just have the random Matt fact. Like
That was
Matt does
hilarious.
not like mustard.
Yeah, but he was great. And then that feud happened, and some of the best matches ever between those two.
They
was
were great. The
'Cause
promos
that
were
was the
great.
first time I remember blurring the line of it's not real
Yeah.
or is it real?
Do
that?
you know when he phones in to bite this, and it's a little bit cringy.
Yeah.
It is because Lita's just on there being like, meant to be like, oh, what's it like being a WWE superstar? And she's just answering the phone, and people are like, hi, I just want to know why you're such a fucking slut, by the way. And she's like, oh, right, okay. And they keep hanging up on people and
Yeah.
then phoning back in and being like, yeah, just to follow up on his questions, why are you such a whore to Matt Hardy? And then Matt Hardy phones in.
Uh-huh.
And it's the first time I'd ever seen it done. Like, he calls Lita and Edge by their real name,
Right, okay.
which it sounds so nerdy, being like, holy fuck. But it was
Yeah.
to call her Amy and to call Edge Adam.
Yeah.
And he's just calling himself Matt because that
Yeah.
is his name. But he does this weird, like, little wrestling promo. He's like, I'm going to make your life miserable. It's only the beginning, and all of your lives will be a living hell. Which is kind of, if it's part of a wrestling program, kind of cool. What's not cool is he's fully unemployed at the time, just phoning into
was
the
that
show.
real?
That was, he wasn't
Right,
hired
okay.
at the time. He was fired at the time.
Well, why did they fire him?
Because he went online, he found out they were cheating,
Right, okay.
and he went online, and you got really angry. This happened 17 years ago.
It's just dawned on me. The fucking guys.
Once you find out about the credit crunch and the banks, mate, you'll be fuming. It was 17 years ago. They fired him because he was online being like, Lita's a slut, here's what happened, and was just airing their dirty laundry online.
Heartbroken.
And they were like, you're being really unprofessional, stop
Yeah.
it. And he wouldn't stop it. So they just fired him. Because they went, well, Edge and Lita are more of an asset than he is. But because they fired him, people were going fucking nuts. Like anytime Edge came out, people were just holding up Matt Hardy signs or being like, we want Matt, or you suck dick to Lita. Be like, you suck dick, you suck dick. That followed her the rest of her career.
She should have got into that more, going and run out.
What do you mean she should? They had a live sex celebration. They got into it. Her character became I love it.
Yeah. I mean, they should just sell merch.
You remember she came out with a wee? She used to come out with a wee top.
Oh,
It was missing. It was one that was like,
she very
Tits out.
Nice lady. Nice lady.
yeah, she basically nipples covered like that, full tits out.
Yeah, but they were good times. They
Yeah.
were good times.
So then, because the response was so loud from the fans, Vince hires him back.
Wasn't that when he was buff? Like he came back in great shape and he was
Yeah.
wearing the vests and all. Like,
Yeah,
whoa.
yeah. And he actually
Why'd you
he
leave
attacked
him?
Edge
Whoa.
backstage and it was caught on camera. I always thought this was a pre-planned segment
Yeah.
because it's Edge walking to the ring and then Matt
Somebody
Hardy
like fucked him against the
fucks him and just starts
Yeah.
kicking his fucking. That was real.
Oh wow.
Matt Hardy somehow got backstage and just managed to get him at this time. I always thought it was pre-planned. That
Yeah.
wasn't. That is genuinely... Matt shows up, kicks the fuck out of someone at his work, and they're like, goddamn, pal, you want a job?
Yeah.
I like your style.
But then that became one of the best like segments and like.
I think they kind of
promos
fucked that
ever.
feud a bit.
Really?
Did you see the first match they have?
Yeah.
And it's a big first match back.
Uh-huh.
It ends after 4 minutes.
Why? Just
Because Edge fucks Matt Hardy into a ring post. Matt Hardy busts his head open and then passes out. And that's kind of like, oh, it's not...
yeah.
That's not her. It's a kind of like being like, oh, I'm here to get my wife back, and then you just like get punched once, you shit yourself
Yeah.
and fall over. It's like,
Didn't they have a big cage match? Was that like the big?
did have a big
and
cage
that was
match
Great.
where
Was that
Matt-
where he leg dropped him off
he
the top?
broke his fucking tailbone.
Yeah.
And always walked like that for the rest of his life.
Yeah, that was a great leg
Yeah.
drop. That was the first time Matt Hardy was like. Usually, like growing up, you're like Jeff did all the stupid shit, all the mad stuff, and Matt did
See,
a leg
Matt-
drop off the second
Matt
row.
did do a lot of the wild shit too.
but
Just
then
Jeff gets the credit for
But
it.
the twist of fate was shit. Like it was
You
a good
lie,
move.
that's a good move.
And then the leg drop off the second rope, go to the top rope, mate. You know, but then when he did that off, you're like, oh shit, you're a mad bastard.
He did it, and then you're like, oh, now I see why you never did
Yeah.
that. You can't walk.
But that was a good feud, and then that set up Edge to be like you said, the rated R superstar, and that
Yeah.
was some of my favorite wrestling
Yeah.
ever.
Where he has the live sex celebration. What else?
When he cashed in on Cena
That was a good
was
one.
a great moment.
He was at ECW One Night Stand, and the
Yeah.
whole crowd's just fucking.
And also we came in the bike helmet on, wasn't it?
That was in the second one.
Right. Okay.
There was the first one where he teamed up with Mick Foley
Mm-hmm.
and Lita to fight Tommy Dreamer,
Tommy Dreamer, did he?
Beulah McGillicuddy,
Great name.
and someone else. I can't remember.
Sabu, was it?
No,
But they
can't remember.
Sandman.
maybe something. No, one Sandman.
But did they?
I'm thinking Funk.
Did he do like?
Yeah, it was Funk.
Yeah, right. Okay. And did he do like a big pile driver through the table and later or something? Tommy Dreamer.
He did, yeah. But Edge
He
also.
always did that to women, didn't he?
Yeah.
Dirty bastard.
Edge also won the match by spearing Beulah and then pinning her with like the
The
he
sex
puts his
move,
leg
yeah.
over her shoulders and like
That's
as he's
right,
pinning
yeah.
her, he's going
Thrust it.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3. He's fully bouncing into it.
Yeah.
But the whole time the crowd's just like torturing Lita, being
Yeah.
like, Lita is a crack whore, slut for 30 minutes.
That they need to get back in their basement. These
Oh, they're fucking weirdos. Like,
weirdos.
that's the last real backstage beef I can. Can you think of any more? That's my favorite
It
one.
brings us round full circle back to the CM Punk to today's present day.
Yeah.
And how do you see that one?
Here's the thing.
folded up?
How would you deal with that? So with this guy, right? He may make most
Right.
of your money.
Who are the current guys that are fucking people's wives backstage?
I don't know who's fucking.
I
people's
would
wives
get
backstage.
them and give them the belt.
Why do you just want the belt to go to people who are cocking other people?
No, I think how I would resolve it. I mean, what I don't like ever is whenever a champion gets either sacked or is injured and have to give up the belt. I think that devalues everything.
Especially when they do like crying and all.
Yeah, and competitions and all. Let's do a tournament. And then obviously CM Punk did it, came back with
You're
Cena
acting
on
like
the
it's a
tournament.
joust.
Let's do it. John Cena. Well, that's what I would do. I'd give it to John Cena. I'd just let him win everything. Bring
Yeah.
John Cena to AEW would be the only way to really.
Even though he doesn't wrestle anymore.
Yeah, but if you imagine John Cena went to AEW, that would surpass anything ever. Like imagine that. Do you think CM Punk going there's mad? That would be mad.
That would be fucking.
But what I
mad.
would do, I would get CM Punk back. I'd say you're dropping the belt.
He's already dropped it.
But like I would make him rather than vacate it, give it. I would
Well,
make
he's
it-
injured, so he can't.
But MJF, I would just fake it. I'd make him go in and do like what Sting did to Matt Hardy at Victory or Jeff Hardy at Victory Road. Just go in, sandbag him, do him, give MJF the belt. He's the only relevant one, I think, at the minute.
I love it.
There.
I love that Victory Road clip where Jeff Hardy's just
Jeff Hardy
wide
was
stinking.
definitely on crack that night.
I think he was just on a lot of sleepers or pain pills, and he has that face of like,
But he didn't look well that day.
no, he was white stinking.
But
So would you sack CM Punk? Would you sack the Elite, even though they're
Yeah.
like your big guys? Would you sack them
yeah,
all?
because I don't think they are. I think there's other guys there at the minute that you could bump up. I guess for a start, Matt Hardy needs to do more. They fucked him because when he came in as his woken character was
Woken
the
Matt Hardy?
best of all.
I thought he was going to be woke Matt Hardy,
He should have won a title with that.
Yeah.
Because again, it's still shit that to this
but
day
he
he's
got
only won the ECW
he got
title.
fucked because his big return was the week of the pandemic.
Yeah.
There was a lot that got fucked. They had a really good pandemic season.
Where's Wardlow at the minute in AEW?
I had a teacher in my school called Wardlow, and I was like, "Why the fuck do you know about him? Why do you want to know?"
Why the fuck do you have a teacher called Wardlow? Not Mr. Wardlow. just
Everyone's calling him Wardlow.
Yeah, but
That's why I was like, "Why the fuck do you want to know where he?" I think
but
he's teaching
MJF
chemistry.
Had the big buff guy that he feuded with.
I
for a
know
bit.
who it is now.
Yeah, but him. Like what but they in AEW need to build up the new stars. That's what I reckon they need to do by bringing in your chemistry teacher.
Watching a big Wardlow, and he's wearing a suit and tie, and no sleeves, fucking
like fucking Bill Buchanan.
yeah. Whatever happened to Wardlow?
he,
That's good.
he was getting a push for a while towards fighting MJF,
And then MJF was like, "I'm not gonna wrestle
yeah.
anymore."
So was that a real beef with MJF?
I
and Tony
don't
Khan?
know. I think
Or do you
so, but I
think, yeah?
don't know. I think.
Well,
it was
he'll end up in WWE one day for sure
he should do.
because he's brilliant.
Yeah, I love the AEW. I'm gonna admit
Yeah.
now, WWE's killing it.
Yeah.
It's so.
Do you
much
think that's
better than
Triple H now?
Yes. So they're doing for Survivor Series.
The War Games.
War Games.
Yeah. Do you think the Dexter Loomis guy's weird?
I fucking love the Dexter Loomis guy. I don't know what his deal
I
is.
don't know why they do what they do. So for anyone
Did you
who
see the
doesn't know,
one
there's this
with the
new
Miz?
guy, yeah, he's feuding with the Miz, and he just pops up in weird places.
The
that
Miz
like
was
it's
climbing
free.
out of the cage. He was about
Yeah.
to drop down, and Dexter Loomis just hanging outside the room like,
Yeah, just out of the ring. And did you see what he did last night in Raw?
no.
He cut through the ring with a knife. So he was just, the Miz was saying, "You'll never get me," and you see this big machete coming through the ring, and then hello. He's just there, pulls the Miz under the ring. It's weird.
There's no time the Miz was driving out of the arena, and then as the Miz about to pull away, you see Dexter Lumis pop up in the backstage and just go, hello. That's it. What I don't get is he's got the Miz plenty of times. What's he gonna do?
I don't know.
He has caught him like 5 times. Do something. You're
He's
chasing
just like an
him.
annoying housemate. He just wants to wind him up all the time. He's like, fuck him.
At this point, he's just fishing him, catching him, throwing him back, and being like, I'm gonna get you next week.
But then he did a thing on NXT during this whole run with the Miz where he just appeared in and he was like crawling like the boogeyman to get off with his ex-missus.
I haven't seen that. I don't watch
Weird
it.
too. No, I saw the clip on Twitter, but it was weird. I was like, I don't know, why is this guy popping out? And you see the thing somebody did where they took off his hair and made it and just put him in a goatee. He looks exactly like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I haven't seen that.
I'll show you that after. It's
You might look a
ridiculous.
bit like Stone Cold when you shave your head.
No, I look like Stone Cold if he's got an extra chromosome. Like, I do not look like Stone Cold at all.
Stone Chromosome, Steve Austin.
Yeah. But I'll show you this thing of Loomis, but I don't know what the deal is. He's just a weird guy. He's is that his gimmick just I'm a weirdo?
I don't know.
Because remember he used to
He
run
wears
it-
those wee gloves that Mickey wears as well.
like I could drive it.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your gimmick? I've got
Does Dexter
sore
have
hands.
psoriasis?
Yeah, he's just, there's a wrestling character.
Psoriasis
Just
Mick.
Sir Iasis. And it's just a guy that's just all sore.
Just flaking all over the place.
But yeah, flake it till you make it. And he was just wearing like the leather jacket and the leather coat and all. And he just, again, his gimmick was just, I'm a buff, weird guy.
That is. I'm trying to think what else is happening at the minute that's kind of cool. Because we're kind of in the current stuff now. We've done our
Braun
big top
Strowman's
ends this
come
week.
back, jacked to the deck, and he's just powerbombing Otis flat out. I don't know.
Jacked to the dick.
Yeah. Have you seen him?
No. Have you seen Otis when he does the wee thrust?
Yeah.
Kieran Bartlett does a similar thrust, and it's the exact same.
But Otis and Kieran Bartlett are one and the same.
They really are,
look
yeah.
a lot alike. But
It's like me when I wear sleeveless shirts. I look like Kevin Owens.
I could see that a bit.
Especially when I'm carrying weight, I look like Kevin Owens.
But who's the guy? Chad Gable. He's great. They need to do something with him.
Shoosh.
That is funny.
Shoosh.
Like, you know what? There's been not good comedy in wrestling since Kurt Angle, and that sort of stuff was always hilarious.
Yeah.
And like him doing the shoosh stuff was down.
Do you remember they did that angle? Kurt Angle's going to be like, oh, you have an illegitimate son. Who's it going to be? And there's a guy who's called Chad Gable, is an
Yeah.
Olympic wrestler, and does look
Yeah,
like Kurt
like Kurt
Angle.
Angle.
And they were like, Kurt Angle's son, this black guy?
Yeah.
Jason Jordan came out.
That was one of the worst segments. We'll save that. We'll do an episode on the worst
My black son.
segments ever, the worst gimmicks ever. That was fucking terrible.
But if it had been Chad Gable, it would have made sense. And then it was
Yeah.
just like, why does Kurt Angle have a son who's fully black?
Yeah, but remember
And he's
Team
white.
Angle too, who were kind of like
Who?
Chad Gable and what's his name,
Jason
Jason
Jordan.
Jordan, were just like a rehash of Team Angle, which was Shelton Benjamin and
Charlie
Haas.
Haas.
Like they're like identical, weren't they?
Do you ever
Exact
remember
same.
Charlie Haas was imitating people? And for a week, he was the Haas man.
But he was great. Like he was funny for a bit, but then there's these guys you just don't use. You
Yeah.
know, and it's a shame because they were fucking great.
Have you seen Charlie Haas recently?
No,
Looking rough.
looking rough.
I think he was on the Skag for a bit.
The last person I saw in wrestling that I hadn't seen in a while that I saw recently, I went, oh no, it was Perry Saturn.
Oh, Perry's not having. He was homeless for a
Oh
while.
no, Perry's not looking good. Now Perry's one of these guys who got it.
That's a guy who, if you're talking backstage beef, getting
Uh-huh.
into real life. But finish what you were gonna say before I tell the story.
Who was Kevin Nash fucking the mop? Is that what happened? He just walks in and Kevin Nash has moppy up his hole.
It's it's why he had them up.
Oh right, okay. For anyone who doesn't know, Perry Saturn was one of the radicals. Came in with Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, and they were a pretty fucking mean group. Probably one of the best technical wrestlers of the
They
time.
were all outstanding wrestlers.
But Perry Saturn looked a bit harder. Looked like he could have been in Loyalist Paramilitary for sure.
Yeah.
And then he ended up. They all sort of went separate ways, and he ended up like not really getting as big a push as certainly not Guerrero or Benoit. Then ended up doing like becoming a bit of a comedy character, a bit of a joke, and then ended up just having like I don't know like a relationship with a mop.
Yeah. Start fucking him up.
Yeah,
Mop it, because he left his girlfriend Terry
yeah.
for a mop.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened there
Was
was
Terry the one that was with Goldust to start?
yeah, it was either Terry or Tori. I always get them mixed up. Terry
Yeah.
Tori.
Territory. Why are they never a team?
I have no idea.
Why are they never a team?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But what that was there was a match on Jacked
Which, I mean, that sounds like a show I would watch.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sounds like a channel you watch when your wife goes to bed.
I know. Just.
Yeah, it's all football highlights and it's
906
softcore porn
jacked.
after 12. But there was a
Oh, like
match.
Men and Motors, bring it back. Great channel. Bravo, Men and Motors in the early noughties. Creme de la creme.
So he had a match with a guy called Mike Bell, who was a jobber.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I do not know why, Perry Saturn beats the living fuck, like just drops him on his head,
Right, okay.
boots him in the face, really hurts the dude, like just
Yeah.
for no reason, beats the shit out of him. And then WWE were like, yeah, you can't just go almost murdering
Yeah.
people. You now fuck mops on TV. So it was a punishment that he had to fuck him up.
But credit to Perry Saturn, he made it.
He fucked that
thing.
mop
Yeah.
like he was really fucking mop. He
Yeah.
made that believable. I was watching TV and I genuinely believe this man fucks mops.
You were like, I need to get to B&Q and get myself a mop because this guy's selling it to me.
Yeah,
This guy
yeah.
is.
Do you remember Moppy?
Yeah, I remember Moppy and then I remember Head as well, which at the time I didn't understand because I was too young.
Because
But Al Snow just ran around with a head saying, I want head.
the whole crowd's going,
Head,
give me
big
head,
head, yeah.
give me head.
And I get it now.
And
It's blowjobs.
Yeah, the actual character of Head, very sinister.
What was it?
It was Al Snow was a paranoid schizophrenic and believed the head was a real person talking to him. And he would carry around this dishevelled head.
I prefer the blowjob idea.
Oh no, it
Yeah,
was a really roundabout way to get a crowd screaming, "We want head."
Yeah. But Al Snow recently, have you seen him?
Jacked as fuck.
906, jacked.
Oh, he is absolutely. He's Jacked
Yeah.
Russell, like
He is all right.
he's Union Jacked.
He is in great shape. Shape of his life. If he's back now and Vince was in charge, he get a push.
Oh, absolutely.
There we go. Guys, listen. This has been the Backstage episode of, and he said Men and Motors, of
Yeah.
Are You Ready?
Join us next time on Eurotrash
Yeah.
when we discuss.
Don't even start me. My favourite TV show. Guys, next week, in 2 weeks' time, because we're at a bi-weekly episode.
I buy a lot of things, but weekly isn't one of them.
We're going to do the bisexual episode of Are You Ready? Guys, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do. Wherever you get your podcast, rate and review. And listen, it's been a pleasure.
Yep.
And now we're going to go and talk about some backstage comedian beef.
Yep.
Take it easy.
Thank you.